everyone, welcome to another episode of ADHD with Fabu. Today I'm going to talk about what is ADHD, the symptoms, and how do you know you have it. I want to clarify, I'm clearly not a doctor, obviously, so any and all information is what I've researched and my personal experiences, because yes, I have ADHD and I'm proud of it. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD is very complicated, and in my opinion, I believe ADHD should stand for ACPWHOTTDKTH, ADHD, which stands for Amazing Creative People Who half of the time don't know they have ADHD. I believe the word disorder is really negative and leads people to believe there's something wrong with you. In reality, there isn't anything wrong with you. Our brains just work a little different. There are many that don't even know that what they are experiencing is due to having ADHD. This brings us to the question, what is ADHD? What are the symptoms? And how do you know you have it? There are thousands of symptoms, but I'm going to name 4 that have been confirmed by doctors and therapists. I kind of help because my mom is a therapist and speaks to me all the time. I could absolutely confirm all these symptoms to be true because I have all of them. Number 1, unable to pay attention. If this is your first video watching me, then welcome. But I have said this many times. I never, ever pay attention, except if I'm interested in what I'm doing. Do you know how many times a teacher would say, Fabu, pay attention? Because either I was looking at a fly or daydreaming. Same with gaming, how I sometimes wander off and start doing unrelated tasks and not focus on the main task. Or when I'm watching a movie but totally space out and having no idea what is going on and on. I have to keep asking Farad what is going on. I like to see that this also comes with perks. Like in games when I wander off, I usually get like a good weapon, goodies, or find an Easter egg. I believe, and what Farah keeps on telling me, that if everyone would get a gun, metaphorically, most people would get a pistol. But us ADHDers would get a sniper. Because when we lock in and we really focus, our focus is the scope, we knock it off. We hit it one. And with the others, it takes them 10 shots for them to complete it. So, with us ADHDers, we have to really focus and be interested what we're saying to knock it off, to make like, bah. 2, excessive talking. Okay, even though I have a speech delay, I still talk a lot. Sometimes I don't even get what I'm saying because I just talk without thinking. People who have this symptom are referred to by others as the annoying talker. This could be good. For example, in my gaming, when I am in FPS game, I tend to go very detailed, like, yo, Julio, the guy is 180 from me near the large tree with red leaves, and he's hiding in the house because I can see him from the window on the right side. This is a great quality if you're into esports. 3, acting without thinking. I just act, I don't really think of the consequences. And to be honest, it's not awesome to have this symptom because it can get me into trouble a lot. For me, I found that it could be good when you need to be brave. This has allowed me to do things that need for me to be brave and fearless. I have been able to get through scary games like Resident Evil thanks to this. Number 4, unable to sit still. I save the worst for last. I always need to do something. I can't just stand still, not even when I'm sleeping. My body does not let me. I sleepwalk, sleep talk, I even snore. It's hilarious how sometimes I freak out for mom and for dad, and sometimes I even scare myself when I wake up in parts of the house that are not my bed. And now with Miss Cleo, I think my body has learned to pick her up so she could sleep with me. Where I end up, it's kind of creepy. There are 3 types of ADHD. Number 1, ADHD combined type. This, the most common type of ADHD, is characterized by impulsive and hyperactive behaviors as well as inattention and distractibility. Number 2, impulsive, hyperactive type. 3, inattentive and distractible type. Inattentive types tend to have trouble paying attention to details, are easily distracted, have trouble organizing or finishing tasks. Like, that sounds a lot like me. Often forgetting routine chores such as paying bills. Impulsive, hyperactive type tend to be impatient with waiting their turn or waiting in line, blur out answers before the question has been completed, interrupt or intrude on others such as butting into conversations or games. The combined type is when you have a little of everything. To be honest, I think I have the combined type because that sounds a lot like me. Boys tend to have the hyperactive type, where girls tend to have the inattentive type. I myself have the combined type. Woo. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, they explain the following are the most common symptoms of ADHD. However, each child may experience symptoms differently. The 3 categories of symptoms of ADHD include the following. Number 1, inattention. Short attention span for age. Difficulty sustaining attention, difficulty attending to details, easily distracted, poor organizational skills for age, poor study skills for age. Number 2, impulsivity. Has difficulty waiting for his or her turn in school or social games, tend to blur out answers instead of waiting to be called upon, taking frequent risks and often without thinking before acting. 3, hyperactivity. Seems to be in constant motion, runs or climbs at times with no apparent goal except motion, has difficulty remaining in his or her seat even when it is expected, fidgets with hands or squirms when in his or her seat, fidgeting excessively, talks excessively, has difficulty engaging in quiet activities, loses or forgets things repeatedly and often inability to stay on task, shifts from one task to another without bringing any to completion. That sounds a lot like me. I didn't take out anything from the hyperactivity because all of them seems like value points and a lot of symptoms are things I tend to do. Whoop! According to many articles I have read, doctors and professionals say that untreated ADHD could cause problems throughout life. People with ADHD tend to be impulsive and have short attention spans, which can make it harder to succeed in school, at work, in relationship, and in other aspects of life. So they're technically saying that I'm screwed. Great. Awesome. All jokes aside, the sooner you are diagnosed and know you have ADHD, the sooner you can learn about yourself and learn techniques to help you overcome the ADHD obstacles and take advantage of the ADHD benefits, which are many. But I just want to say, ADHD is not going away. So either in life you get all these consequences of not on relationship, or you can learn how to deal with it. If anything of what you heard in this video applies to you, please go tell your parents to take you to a doctor or a mental health professional and get diagnosed today. That's a wrap, everyone. To be honest, I made this video because I still don't fully even know what ADHD is and all of the symptoms. You know, I gotta make sure I really have ADHD. Hey, yo. After all the research, I can fully confirm that I 100% have ADHD because I have 99% of those symptoms. Let's not forget that a diagnosis does not define us. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to turn on that notification bell. I hope to see you in my next video of ADHD with Fabu. In the meantime, for more information about me and my learning disabilities and ADHD, please visit my website, FabuRocks.com. And for more content, check out my podcast at FabuRocksPodcast.com, where I'm the host currently interviewing my parents and guests with ADHD and other disabilities, where we talk about how we use gaming as a tool to manage and overcome our disabilities. And like always, just be yourself, because that is Falicious. Bye!